everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and thank you for all your wonderful comments and compliments on the previous video where I showed you the top 20 free handbag and wallet patterns. So if you did not see that video, I will leave a link up in the iCard and you can go ahead and check that video out. But today we are going over the 2 Emmaline bag patterns that I completed. So how this will go, I'm actually going to pop in a clip here because the one item I made had to go in the mail because my husband and I were mailing some other stuff to the in-laws. And so I recorded part of the video for the retreat bag, and then I'll come back with the double flip shoulder bag review. Okay, I am going to get right into this. This is the Emmaline Bags, the Retreat Bag 2.0. This is a free pattern on Emmaline Bags website. And so the thing that you need to know is so very easy to put together. So I don't have a lot to say about this particular one, but it is extremely easy to put together. It is a completely measure and cut pattern, which I don't mind for this size pattern because it did look relatively simple. I did use I did watch. I didn't necessarily, I used parts of it just to make sure I would get it right, but there is a sew along for this bag here on YouTube. It is by Bird Cage and Thread, and so because one of the things is because I'll show it to you here. Actually, let me just show it to you. This is for, let me add, this is for the uncle, the in-laws. So remember I made the uncle's wife this bag, which is the blue collar baronia. So I won't go into this, but I'll leave a link to that video. This is the husband, and he is getting the retreat bag. So I don't have it filled in all the way. It's just partially filled in. I have something in it, but it is so easy to make. Let me just show you. In this very minimal supplies. All you need is an exterior fabric, a lining, a zipper that you can get from Joann Fabrics or on the ground anywhere. The only thing you will need to order are the frames for the bag. So when you pop it open, it has that square frame, which I'll show you here in just a moment. That is from, I did order that from Emmaline Bags for the large. So this is the large. There are 2 sizes. There's a small and a large. And so this exterior fabric, I got this from, this one is from Joann Fabrics that I had in my stash. And so as you can see here, the tabs, the zipper that I used, and there's tabs on both sides. Very simple construction. I watched the sew along once all the way through just so I got an idea of how it would be put together. You might want to do that. And so when you open it up, you see the frames here, the frames are on, so this part doesn't bend at all. So it's a nice toiletry bag, and I made it in this brown because it's for the uncle, a man. So let me take my stuffing out, and then the lining is the same lining I've been sharing in the other videos. It's from Fabric Wholesale Direct. It's the waterproof canvas. It does have a pocket on this side and a pocket on this side. The only thing I would do different is probably make the pockets longer, so because the distance, as you can tell, is about that much of a difference, but I can still see how I can close it and still make the pockets longer, and it wouldn't, just making them deeper is all. They're a little on the shallow side, but that's pretty much it. That is it. Very simple and easy to put together. It did not call for, I want to say it may have called for foam. I want to say it did. I did not use foam because I used vinyl and this and the waterproof canvas on the inside, so I did not bother to use the foam because it worked just fine. It's a nice sturdiness, And so once it collapses and fills up, so when it fills up all the sides, and I'll pop a picture up of it too if I didn't already, the sides will fill out pretty good. But if you're using a cotton fabric, it'll probably fill out even more, because as it is, this here is just a little bit more sturdier. So that's it. It's very simple, very easy make. I had to do this little part early because we need to go ahead and put both of these in the mail. So yeah, so you will see the rest of the video now. So as you can tell, that was a very simple and easy make. No complaints there. Very easy, something to put together for gifts, whatnot, different things of that nature. My husband do want one of those toiletry bags. Very, very simple make. And yes, so now let's get into the Emmaline. It's called the double flip shoulder bag. I will pop up a picture here, but I have my notes. This pattern, I want to say, came out in 2018, so it's been a couple years almost here that it has been out. I will say, for the Emmaline patterns, these are the first Emmaline bag patterns I've ever done. The Retreat bag, which as you saw, is free, and then this bag here. And so what I will say, her instructions are so clear. Very, very clear. Very clear. And I was a little intimidated by this one because on the front of the pattern, let's see if you can see, it show you all of like the different parts and everything to it. And I was like, ooh, that seemed like that may be a lot of pieces. Well, that was an understatement. First, let me tell you who this one is for. So as you all know, if you're just tuning in, let me recap for those who don't know. I am finalizing all of my Christmas gifts that were supposed to go out in December. I won't go into why they're late. For those who've been following, you already know why. But I've already finished the Blue Collar Baronia Bowler. I've finished the Maggie 55 Urban Tote, which I'll be doing a sew along for. And I have finished the Devon Pouch, which went with the tote. I've completed the Emmaline Bags Retreat Bag, which you saw just a second ago. And now I have my 2 swoon patterns or bags that video will be coming up on is either Thursday or Friday. Just hit the bell and subscribe if you haven't, because I don't know which day it's gonna go live, that I'm gonna schedule it for, either a Thursday or a Friday. But at any rate, those videos, that video is coming up, and that will complete all of my handbag for Christmas gifts, because those will need to go in the mail this weekend for sure. So anyway, so back to the double flip shoulder bag. I chose this one for my sister, and it's because she teaches and she likes carrying crossbody tote bags like this and shoulder bags. And so I thought, oh, this will be really cute. I'll just get this for. Now, what I didn't pay attention to was the size, because I thought the final size, and I just didn't pay attention because the final measurements, the finished measurements across the top is 13 inches, the base is 12 inches, the height is 10 inches, and the depth is 3.25. I didn't even pay attention to the size, or I might have messed around with enlarging it just slightly, because this is such a cute bag. But this will probably still work to put some of her school stuff in, is what I was thinking, like her tablet. Well, her tablet will fit in here, but if she have a laptop, I'm thinking it may not fit in here. But she'll let me know. But her, you know, some of her supplies and whatnot can fit in here, or she may just decide to use it as a regular handbag and carry it around with her. So you do need, I would say, quite a bit of hardware. And let me go into some of the notes that I have. Now, one of the things I said, like I just showed you the front, where I was like, ooh, that looked like a lot of pieces. Here are all the pieces. When I tell you, out of all the handbags I have made, this one was the most, I would say, intricate, the most detailed out of all of the handbags I've made. And I thought I was going to be a little bit more challenged by the Maggie 55 Urban Tote. I knew it was going to be between that one and this one, that I was going to be like, oh, they don't have videos, and oh, it's a lot of pieces, you know, how would I do? How would I get on? But like I said, for the Maggie 55 Urban Tote, perfect. The instructions were awesome. But for this one, also perfect, because her instructions are very, very detailed, and you can because she includes pictures, and not like photograph pictures, but drawn pictures to kind of show you, and she put in parentheses to clarify different parts. Yeah, it's not as bad as you might think. It's just following the pattern. And my only challenge, and probably the only thing I didn't care for, I will say up front, is having to measure and cut myself so many pieces. I am not a fan of measure and cut pieces, and maybe that's from being spoiled with, mainly because I make clothes. There's no measure and cutting pieces for clothes. You get everything, unless you're adding something or making some adjustments or something like that. So I usually am just a little put off just a little bit if I have to measure and cut. And I had to measure and cut so many pieces, and I know for some that's a preference, because you know you will get everything exact. Part of my reason for not liking to measure and cut, because I'm not so great at it. I always think I'm slow when it comes to measure and cut, because I will measure something, I don't care how many times I think I measured it the right way. If I go and measure one more time before I cut it, it's never right. I don't know if anybody else is like that. So that's why I struggle with measure and cut patterns. And there's a lot of that with handbag patterns, where you still might have to, now I don't mind maybe couple pieces I have to measure and cut, but it was like half the pieces for this bag I still had to measure and cut on my own, which I did not enjoy. That will be the only thing I did not enjoy about the pattern, is all the measuring and cutting for myself. But outside of that, this video initially was supposed to go up, let me just show you, on Thursday. I'm gonna put this together, but I messed up on a panel piece. You can't tell now because I've obviously corrected it, but there's this hidden pocket. I had this turned, the piece that attaches to it turned upside down, and then I had sewed another piece, the steps, all wrong, and then I had to redo my straps, but I will get into all of that. Yes, I had some fumbles, but it wasn't because of the instructions. It was because I didn't mark the pieces properly as I was going through them, because there are so many. You want to make sure you mark everything so you don't get things mixed up, and you know which direction things are supposed to go in, because as you can tell, this is a double flap here. You want to make sure you put this in right, and these zippers are on the right side. And if you're using directional print, you really want to make sure you are doing that right. What is the other thing? My strap. I had to resew my strap. So my strap, your strap is supposed to be, I forget how many inches, but then you fold it over. You fold it to the middle once, and then you fold that together and sew all the way around. Actually, I have it. Actually, I have it right here. Here it is. Here's my original strap. So you had to, as you can tell, you know, no raw edges or anything. However, this was too thick. Because I got this faux crocodile leather from Fabrics for All on Etsy. It was an Etsy shop, and so it's way too thick. It ended up being way too thick to run through the rings here. So what I had to do was recut the strap. I cut it in the width of 2.75 inches, and then I just folded it over once and stitch all the way down. And what I had to do, not sure if you can see because it's not going to pick it up, but I had to use a marker, a permanent marker, to color in because it was kind of white right there. You can't tell anymore, but I colored all that in because I couldn't double that over. It would not go through because you know when you do these sliders, you has to go through twice. It was not having that. It's just way too thick. So I did have to resew the straps. I already mentioned you have to mark all your pattern pieces. That's all the notes that I had. This is one, and for those who asked before, who have been following, I sew all of my handbags up on the Janome HD 3000, and I did a full review and demo on my channel. I will link that up in the iCard as well. But here's the bag. So let me get to showing you the details of the bag. Like I already said, it has the strap that goes across. My favorite hardware piece are these metal edge connectors, and you get these from Emmaline Bags. So it's on their site, and I think this is so super cute. Now you can do, I think it's called strap anchors, you know, where you just sew the fabric on and then you have the D-ring and you run the hook. You can then hook it to that D-ring. But I thought that this was such a cute look. And as you can tell, hopefully you can tell, that's rainbow. I used all rainbow hardware. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And you probably can't tell, but I use the zipper is a silver on navy blue, and then it's just the, let me see if I can hold this up. Yeah, and then it's the donut zipper pulls, and both the zipper tape and zipper pulls came from My Handmade Space. And so here's the functionality. So you have two zippers, both are quite deep. So this goes all the way down, so you can see my elbow is almost in there. And then the second flap is the same height. When you pull them up, they're the same height, so they're the same depth. But when you fold them over, they lay perfectly like that. So the second flap just opens. Same thing. Look at that. Look how almost to my elbow. Isn't that cute? So, and then on the front, so you have the double flip. Let me hold that back down. But when you fold upwards, the bottom, you have a hidden pocket right here, which is so cute. And I used my lining fabric. This denim was already in my stash. It's actually some scraps I had. So I used the denim and the faux croc leather. And my lining is all the Fabric Wholesale Direct canvas. And it's because I ran out of navy blue canvas, so I ended up using black. So yep, you have a hidden pocket there. And so when you open this flap, then you have, look, you have the snap on the inside. Isn't that cute? And then so on the inside, let me show you. You have two slip pockets. It's no divider or anything in there. And then on this side, you have the zipper. And so that side, let's see if we can show you. That is, you might not be able to see it, but that is the rainbow. And this zipper, I didn't have enough of this zipper tape. It's a number 3. The outside is number 3 as well. But this is from Emmaline Bags, is what I had left over. So what I had left over, I used for my interior zipper pocket and the zipper pull I had. So yeah, and then as you can tell, the snap here, I used the faux leather for the snap. The snap, where did I get that snap from? I want to say Emmaline Bags for the snap. So you have the snap, you have the inside zipper, and then you have your external zippers, and I told you where I got those from. And then the hooks, these I got from More Me Know. That's where I got these from. And the slider also came from More Me Know. So yeah, I am very happy about it. This will be able to go in the mail this weekend. Actually the last 4 I have to send out. You already saw my mom, so it's my sister, and then and my grandmother's goes out. You already saw that, and then the 2 Swoon. All of these will go in the mail this coming weekend. But so yeah, I am very happy about it. I love the way it turned out. Have any of you made it? Have you thought about making it? Like I said, I will say it is it can feel intimidating because all of the pieces, and you wonder, oh, you know, you might be a little shy about putting the pieces together. The only challenging part is the measure and cut for me. Outside of that, all you do is just take your time, trust the pattern instructions, because she does not skip a beat, and everything is clearly laid out in the instructions for you. So yeah, that is it. Let me know what you think of both of the items, and stay tuned. Like I said, for Thursday, you will get the final, Thursday or Friday. It's either going to be Thursday or Friday. You will get the final video of my 2 Swoon handbags and who those bags are for. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you think of both of them. And yeah, so very excited. Was able to get this done, and I don't think there's anything that I'm missing. But I showed you the strap connectors. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something. But you do put the instructions are to put the whole part of the connector on the inside and mark where you want your holes to go. And you can use a punch. I tried using this, which you all know I'm not a fan of this. When I first bought it, it hurts my hands, so it wasn't punching anything. So I just ended up using my press punch, putting the holes in, and that worked out perfect. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank you for all of the compliments and everything on the bag so far. Stay tuned. Like I said, have 2 more to go, and that will be it. And then on Sunday I will come with my plans video for the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you on Thursday or Friday. Bye.